All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it tab and pen time. What happens is there's a lot of knowledge I'm going to give you. I'm going to overwhelm you, and because I have a problem. My problem is I want to make sure you don't miss out. I understand? If I don't cover everything I can in this short hour or so, I think I'm going to shortchange you. So in other words, I need you to listen. I need Thomas to listen. He's watching about why would I get a C Corp versus an LLC. I need Sammy to listen. And Casey, he's been around for years and years and years. I can't seem to get rid of him because he kind of likes what I teach and preach. Now look at that picture. Isn't that weird? Control the income. I read something on one of these platforms. Use your salary to fund your business until your business can fund your freedom. Now, somebody's trying to be cute, but this is called stupid. I mean, can you imagine, okay, a man or a woman who have family and kids, they got to support their bills. Let's take the salary to start a business. Use your personal credit or salary. No, we're going to show you how to do it, basically finance itself. My gift was to finance something from even the worst situation, and that's what it is. So again, I don't want you to use your salary. I think the world is so screwed up and all these little opinions like this. I mean, I'm sorry, this is crap, okay? Because why? We have to focus. I stole my trash can, okay. All right, now understand, trash can, it was funny. Every hotel, Bonaventure or Long Beach Marriott, you know what happened? I'd have a trash can, and from the stage, I'd throw a glass in and break it in the trash can and show that's how you get rid of a division. And my employees would screw around with me. They'd move the trash can further and further. And guess what? They used to, I never miss. That was kind of fun. Oh, well, back to this. Let's think something. I think your problem is the world trying to give you the wrong information. I just want the opportunity to correct it and make it right, okay? We're going to talk about division process. We're going to talk about the American dream. Take a picture there. The American dream should be income. Income. You see, all these people, I want to be rich. Stop. If you say you're rich, you pierce your veil. You told the IRS that you're rich. So you don't have a corporate umbrella now. You actually took away your umbrella that actually protects you about income and offset taxes, and you said you're rich. That's called piercing your veil, by the way, if you don't know that. So when you say to yourself, I'm rich, nope, your corporation's rich. I'd like you to think about income today. Would that be okay? Income. What if today, okay, all right, 6 months from now to a year from now, I got you $100,000 a month auto income. Now you're going to have to understand, auto income to me is your corporation with 9 divisions and 9 lines of credit, and $100,000 coming in automatically in the mail, all right, into the bank account. See, what happens is this. Maybe you don't realize when you drove by the Wendy's restaurant the other day, you should actually own it. Storage unit, laundromat, car wash. Your problem is you drive by things, you don't look at opportunity. I don't understand that. I'm hoping to let you see a little bit more vision for yourself today. I'd like to show you exactly what you should have done a long time ago. Like one of my clients or someone on the phone earlier today. I said, we're going to get you to the goal that you live your life and enjoy life. Then at that point in time, everything's going good, I'm going to teach you to die. You know, what? It freaks people out. I'm going to teach you to live and die. Enjoy life. You see, when we die, we have a problem. Who's going to get our goodies? The legacy was left, all right, a long time ago. They forgot what a legacy was. Kennedy's, Getty's, Hilton's, power, you know, things like this. So if we understand something today, we're going to draw this today. So have your tab and pen ready to go. What if you could learn to listen and turn these up? What does that mean? God gave us the ability to use our hands and our eyes and our ears, okay? This is how you record here. Okay, if you don't write things down, when I say write it down, the problem is you're not going to remember it. You're going to hear it 10 times again and again. If we want to get to where we want to get past go fast enough, let's write things down today. Let's understand, when I say write it down. Number 1, here, do not take pictures or recording because you're taking pictures that don't matter yet. I'll tell you what to take a picture of. How to get you where you want to go. Bottom line is pretty simple. We play. Now, I was 12 and a half years old when I wrote down, see it, believe it, go get it. See it, what I could see, what I wanted to go get. I knew exactly in my mind how to go get it, and I did. See it, believe it, go get it. That was just me. Now, I've accomplished every goal I ever had. Every goal. And the reality is, I want you to do the same thing. Try everything. See if you fall down and do it again and again. 1981. That is the light, and I kicked it out at 13 feet in the air. It's not possible. I kicked the door jam at 10. I kicked the basketball hoop at T. Weaker Junior High when I was 14. See, I do things people can't do. I don't know why. I figure if you can touch, you can kick it. Now, we have problems. Your problem is you. Here's your problem. If you got a goodie, someone wants to take it away. Is that correct? They want to take my goodies away. I don't like that. I learned the hard way. See, I was an orphan, born in a freaking taxi. You'd have a trash can and a bunch of BS, a bunch of crap. See, when I went home that day on Sunday night, I sowed seeds, clackers, I mowed yards. I'm counting my $52. I was happy. The devil's wife took my money, said, you're paying rent. They made me pay rent at 8.5 years old. They're getting money from the state and federal government. That sucked. See, every time you have a problem, you tend to ask your friends and family, or you don't try to find a solution. I'm sorry to say you don't. The next thing, you hire an attorney who wants to suck out all your money from you in a retainer. Have you ever found an attorney ever solve a problem? Any attorney ever solve a problem versus getting the retainer and taking every dime they can, and at the end of the day, you settle anyway? Isn't that a bunch of crap? It's true. See, how do you have a corporation? Oh, goody for you. You spend thousands. Why? Corporations are free in all 50 states. Mine cost me $10, my first one. Today, that same corp's $30. So I want you to focus today about rebuilding your life. I want you to focus on you. You. Because some of you will go ask your friends and family, what do they think? You ever notice you ask your friends and family about an idea you have, and they haven't done dilly squat? Are you asking the wrong people? Probably. See, goodies. I like goodies. You like goodies? I made sure every goodie is a division. But I did the same thing that most people do. They have corporations owning corporations like the banks and the grocery stores do. Then I learned about goodies called division process. What if? What if you're dead? If you're dead, what do you do? What do you do if you die or you're dead? Simple. All right, what do you do if you die? You see, what if, all right, you got 3.7 billion of structure and you die in a coma in 2009. That's me. Didn't matter, I had 3.7 billion freaking dollars and I worked my tail off for everything I got. What do you do when someone steals your life? It's like, oh crap, what do we do again? We got choices, all right? Choices, okay? So I want you to focus. You're not dead, you're alive. How about if you allow me to rebuild you? Let me rebuild you like Humpty Dumpty, okay? You come back and everything's gone. Someone stole your 21 car collection, your 3.7 billion, and your mansions and all your goodies because they trick your wife to sign a POA waiting in a coma. The people you trust the most. So what if you have to rebuild you? I believe all of you have to do that today. I believe you have to rebuild you my way. I personally think your way sucks. I think you bring the pain home. I think the problem is money. All right, in a marriage, it's money and sex. It screws up the marriage every time, every damn time. But again, what would you do? When you're rebuilding your life and everybody and people around you, they don't want to help you. They don't want you to come back again. Every rich and famous person that promised to help me, they don't know my name anymore. Isn't that amazing how it works? So I want you to ask yourself a question. What would you do? What would you do? Today, we look at this man on the street. I lost my job. I got 2 kids to feed. First of all, man up. Go drive Uber, Lyft, DoorDash. Have a garage sale. I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach after coma. I got cited 3 times. This man's a liar. Now, I'm going to help people on the street that I can help. The real ones who need help, not the freeloaders that want to race a free ride. That kind of pisses me off because I've been working since 8.5 years old. This man's a liar. All right, but again, what do? Show up here, I'll put you on the phone, they'll give you a job. See, we got choices today. Your choices are pretty simple, okay? You can listen to me. You can let me blueprint you every step, tell you what to do, because that's what I do. I'm bossy as can be, and I motivate you or I'll just drag you up the hill because I don't have patience. I'm the most impatient person I know. But I write with both hands and talk at the same time, and I rhyme all the time too, and I got this IQ of 203. Is that okay? They told me that at 14 years old. But what did I do? I died in a coma. Oh, blankety blank, what do I do? You see, we're at top of the world. I got the largest UDOC in Huntington Harbor. large as you dock, period. I got 3 yachts in my backyard, 2 race boats, and a bunch of Sea-Doos. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do, all right, when the world wants to knock you down? Wife wants to take 72 people out of fireworks. All right, July 4th, no problem. Okay, that's what they did. We took 72 people, the middle yacht, why not? The next day I got a virus. I'm laying in bed, she can't wake me up, she thinks I'm dead. She calls the police, she calls the fire engine, gives me to the hospital. I'm dead, I'm in a coma. Why? Virus. Then they quarantine me. I'm under quarantine too. But I get to hear all the things that are happening. I get to die at 5:41 on July 5th. But what did I do? What did I do? Let's think about you today, okay? I pray you got your tab and pen ready to go, okay? I pray you have that. Now, you'll see the word you and you, okay? Let's pretend, okay, this is the man, okay? And this is the woman, okay? They get married, they become one. Isn't that good? Oh, goody. Now you pay more tax. Congratulations. There's a penalty for being married. It's called a tax penalty. And, all right, but you are one because under God's eyes. That's okay. But then all of a sudden, you get a house. You buy a house, and I want to be on the loan too. I want to be on the stop. If you don't plan the problem, this world's going to kick your assets, and you're going to fall down. They're going to come get you. When you buy a house, it's escrow close. Write it down. Homestead trust. Escrow close. Homestead trust. 90% of the clients I talk to, what's a homestead, Ray? Man up, woman up, damn it. I don't understand. You didn't bother to learn diddly squat? You keep hiring ding-dongs? No wonder you're broke. It's ridiculous, like the ding-dongs in 2008. I don't understand, stupid, to be honest with you. It really kind of pisses me off. You have to look at the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. We the people. We the people. You buy that house, it should be married person, sold separate property, okay, because you have a problem. If you lose the house, you now have a 1099-C and an IRS problem. So now you set yourself up to fail. Plan the damn problem. If the man is dumb enough to be on the loan, let him be dumb enough to be on the loan. It's escrow close, homestead, trust. As long as you're on the trust, all right, both of you, you get to control the asset. Control the asset. Here's a problem. When I was training Ken Yarbrough at TOW in the 70s and 80s, and part of the 90s, because they became a spear in 96, oldest card. I came up with the concept of 25 to 20% rule. There's go. So write down 25 to 20% rule, period. Dashboards say below 30, but they're not telling you the rules and tools. They're not telling you the truth. And that's what sucks. Why can't somebody just explain the damn thing to us? Why? That's my frustration, okay? My biggest fear for me is I always feel every day when I wake up at 2:25 in the morning, I'm running out of time. I don't know when I'm going to die permanently. It scares the hell out of me. If I can't tell the world what I know, it gets to go die with me. So that's my fear if I don't get to help you. Because I don't need to work. What the hell do I need to work for? I got everything I want. But I want to change the world. Isn't that okay? So husbands and wives, from now on, that house is bought in a trust. Write it down. When you did homestead trust and you had it close, escrow close, everybody knows it's your house. That's called stupid. Okay? You told everybody you live there. You want a pool, you want a fence, you get all this junk mail forever. Call the number, get off the mailing list. But what do we do? So house, here's our problem. If you both sign for it, you're both ducks. Okay, we have a trust. So write down trust. Okay? As long as you're part of the trust, that's all that matters, the bouncy ball. You have a car. You're a registered owner, lien holder. Come on. See, I want you to repackage your life and repackage your assets and never bring the damn pain home. I'm tired of this crap of 60% of marriages failing because of money and freaking sex. It's bull crap. Man up, woman up. Solve the damn problem. That's just my opinion. Registered owner. Every registered owner of a car in a bumpity bump is sued and screwed up. Sued and screwed up. You're at Sam's Club and someone bumps your car. You better get a police report. You better take pictures. You better hit all the pieces. Because when they drive away, they're going to tell their friends and they're going to want to sue you. How many bloodsuckers we got on TV today? Hell, the billboards on the freeway, they're all bloodsuckers. When I was a kid, they were called ambulance chasers. Now it's illegal to do that. So if they're going to sue the red shoulder and it's both of you, what did you do? You put both of you on the loan of the car. I don't get it. Okay, you're highly intelligent. Why didn't you learn to play? I've been teaching and preaching for 49 years in public or online for 49 years. I don't understand, stupid. You went to the car dealership. Honey, leave your checkbook in the glove box. We're just going to look today. Oh, goody. What do? Honey, with the checkbook. They give us a deal. Here's your problem. Number one, you answered their questions. They sweat you for 5 hours. 5 hours. And what did you do? That it. They asked you a question. What payment could you afford? You should shut up and say $100. Cars are jacked up 60%. The inquiries, they make bonus money. It's just stupid. My God. You signed an agreement to let them run your credit. And what did they do? They got you 9 damn inquiries because you allowed it. You write down this last one inquiry, take a picture and say, I just set the tone. You want my business? If you don't repackage you, it's like the ones getting a divorce, end up marrying the same person they got rid of anyway. It's a different body. It's the same thing. You're attracted to the same kind of people. Get your act together. The car. Oh, you both want to be on that too. When I set up the system behind the scenes, damn it, I wanted self-reporting. That was for house and car. House and car never show up on your credit file, ever, unless you screw them up. That's what happens. You screw them, now they show up. Why would you ever want to put your utility bill, like Experience doing now, to be 100%? That's called stupid. They're ruining my program that I set up, training Yarborough and TRW and Experian. That pisses me off. See, I got to tell these people, get rid of this. Stop. You're tell them to do stupid. People aren't stupid. They just follow stupid. So today, you draw the line there. Instead of watching me, get off your assets and write what I tell you to write. What a concept. Let's talk about banks, okay? I looked at banks, okay? And this is how I did corp to corp. So again, what I study 15 books a week and all the pieces to get to where I want to get out of hell. Maybe you don't understand. I don't like eating out of a trash can. I didn't like being used and abused. It pissed me off. I want out of hell. Maybe you never had to be in hell. What do? Banks have branch numbers. They have branch numbers. Ooh, these are corporations. Corporations. So a bank has a corporation, parent company, and they have a branch number, and they have what's called a corporate umbrella. A corporate what? Umbrella. You've heard of corporate umbrella, right? So what are they doing? Banks, right now, they're shutting down 21,000 locations. They don't all of them because they don't need them. So if we look at the banks, and now let's look this. Let's draw this, okay? Okay, let's do a balance. Here's the IRS, okay? All right, and here's the bank. They're doing tax balancing. What could you have done? Tax balancing. Unfortunately, you don't realize on the house, the payment for 26 years, it's all interest. The last 4 to 6 years, you pay off the house. That's what it is. This all says taxes. All says what? Taxes. So if we want to be like Trump did when he was doing the debate with Hillary, he paid $750 in tax. No, he didn't. He paid no tax. The $750 was the tax filing fee. That's it. See, rich and famous people should never pay corporate tax, period, as far as I'm concerned. All right, so these people want to bitch and complain. Shut up and join them. They don't pay tax. Who cares? They provide thousands of jobs. Jobs, income. You want to join them, don't you? Come on. If you're not complaining about them, you want to be like them. Simple. So let's play my way just a little bit, okay? If we're going to do tax balancing with the IRS and have some fun, let's understand we have to pay tax. But then what do? We got to go back over here. See, I need you to understand the function and what you did to yourself and what can be done with you. Now let's write down, ready? You're going to write down SS5, okay? Equals SSN, equals 1040 tax return. Write it down. See, if you don't understand foundation, You're going to keep hiring ding-dongs to rip you off and just take the retainer and go, eaty goody. And you're not going to learn diddly squat. That kind of sucks. So, I have an opportunity to take your time, if you listen, get you where you want to go. But it's going to be up to you. What happened? You're 14 to 16 years old. You're told to go to the Social Security Administration. Social Security Administration Department. The building. 17th Street, Santa Ana, like me. You walk in, there's a line. Oh, get the form over here. Bah, I'm a sheep. Over here, go here. I'm a duck. Quack, quack, quack. Now I'm in line. It's my turn. Wow! Quack, quack. Bah. Here you go. That's called stupid. What did I do? I went to the counter. Ma'am, why does this say SS5 in the corner? Is this the IRS? Is this the IRS? It says SS5. What the hell? Is that like SS4? She couldn't answer the question. I need the manager. Oh, he's coming over. Here's Macho Man. Okay. Here's Macho Man. Okay? I'm asking him intelligent questions. He's the ding-dong too. Because you have to. That's his last answer. You have to. What the blank? I've never seen so much stupid in my life. Take time today and write down bankruptcy code. Write it down. All right? Federal Protection Act. All right? Automatic stay. Our government got rid of debtor's prison in the 1700s. So let's understand. You were measured by your social security number, tax ID, and your credit score. Congratulations. 3 numbers can help you or hurt you. Now what do we have to do? Now we'll watch. We got to play. Did you know you could have 3 divisions of you? 3 divisions of you. Okay? You have 3 chances to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, hell's your mama will be dead. I've been saying that for 40 years. So him or her, husband or wife, either way, are 3 divisions. Can you imagine every woman who's married, all right, they have a maiden name. Maiden name. They have their married name. They have a middle name, most of them. Do you know that allows you 3 credit files, period? But you didn't do that. You didn't follow what you could do. As long as you have no intent to do fraud. Fraud. That's called a line of defense. A line of defense. I'm a legal person, so are you, of flesh. Ow, 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 that hurts. It brings the damn pain home. Corporation, legal person of law. Ooh, let's play. So let's do this. Let's write down, okay, and this is for Timmy, LLC, and there's a Tommy. And then basically, why would I get an LLC versus a C corporation? LLC, LLP, C corp, okay, S corp, nonprofit corp, and a PC. Okay? These are the type of corporations you can do. Now, you can watch social media, and I guess I should get a t-shirt with a baseball cap backwards, act like an idiot, and oh, you can do this, oh, goody. How about the guy that looks like Howdy Do with the cowboy hat? I don't like stupid. I'll take on anybody knowledge in an open forum anywhere they want to go. Bring it on. I don't like stupid. See, a corporation is a foundation. I don't give a damn what you have in the beginning. I care if you make money. When you make money, you want to convert it to an S corp anyway. But again, that's what we get to do. So let's do this. Let's build our future, because we talked about our past and we screwed that up, and we didn't pay attention at all. And what you got to realize is every division that you ever do is allowed what? An SS4. 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 So do this. Write down employer, all right, entity U. Write it down. 3 things, employer, entity U. The only form the IRS ever created as a universal form was SS4, not SS5. Your Social Security card says do not laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you. Oh, here it is, look at me. The day you got your first paycheck a long time ago, you were pissed off. I didn't barely work, but I want all the money. I did a lousy job, but I want all the money. Where's my money? You went to the, HR, personnel. Where's my money? What did they tell you? The IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. Whee! Isn't that fun? The IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. Wow! That's how it works. Corporation doesn't pay tax till it has leftover. Ooh, maybe we should learn a couple things today. What do you think? I'll bet you if you gave me 3 months, 6 months to a year, I can get you 100,000 a month auto income if you get off your assets and do what you're told to do. What a concept. Now, what did I do? I was born on the 8th. 8 and 0 are infinity beyond, by the way. My race boats, cars, and basically, all right, from there, yachts. Going to have fun, and motorcycles have the number 8 on it. Why? Why not? So I was named it after my favorite number. That's how it is. I took 3 divisions of me and 5 closet divisions, we're going to get to that, and I built $1 million of credit 6 weeks after they stole all my goodies coming out of a coma. Whee! I like this stuff. You see, I bought my wife her next dream house. Here's 42 million of credit. We have 62 of this stuff. Isn't that fun? I like live credit. I don't like this trade line crap because I call that fraud. So if you want to rebuild your life like Humpty Dumpty, which you should listen to me because you're looking to get a bunch of this. Wow. This is not even money. Don't you understand that? It hasn't been money for years. It's a Federal Reserve note called the legal tender. See, your problem is you. Look in the mirror today. Do yourself a favor. Find a mirror and say, you're fired. You should fire yourself. I'm sorry. I think you did a lousy job. I think you didn't plan the problem and you got your asses kicked. You got to knock that crap off. Plan the problem. Someone's going to knock you down, put you down, and want to trip you. And they're going to enjoy it. The devil's everywhere. Just look at their eyes when they turn red, okay? Plan the problem. Winning the game of business? Wow. Winning the what? It's a game. A game? Well, that's how I looked at it. I became a chess master at 12, 13 years old. Nobody would play with me. I got these weird visions. I can see things better than anyone else. I know their movie before they made it. Kind of like reading their mind a little bit. It's weird. They thought I was retarded. I thought they were stupid. But my visual series called Winning the Game of Business in 1975 and got it out in 1976. I'm driving a Lamborghini, Orange Coast College, no problem. The government program I got sucked into. I'm building a mansion in Nellie, California. All right, what did you do? I was 16 years old. What the hell did you do? 16. Millions of dollars in the bank. What the hell are you doing? I don't understand. High school for a bunch of ding-dongs, in my opinion. Sorry. I don't want to waste time. I got to make money. Because that's the game. So I came up with basically Winning the Game of Business, page 6, paragraph 3. I own the rights to cash flow for you per time. Even though some of the ding-dong want to steal that too. Do you know financial freedom? I got that too. Now they do the word financial freedom. Because they got in trouble when I sued him for using my goodies. Next, I created books for dummies. Why? When I do something new, I feel stupid. I really do. This is just the way I think. When I do something new, I hate it. I hate new. I don't like change. So I got to force myself to dissect it and do it better than anyone else. I used to be able to watch what you do and do it better than you. I used to piss people off all the time. So, but the problem I had with books for dummies, it was already taken. So I created the Millionaires Founders Kit. That's right, Millionaires Founders Kit. Okay? And what did I do? This is the blueprint of success. And I own the rights to that too. I've had to tell people quit using it. They keep using my goodies. See, I'm the guy that created the word blueprint out there years ago. See, Joanne helped me when I was in the 1st grade. She wired Apollo 9, 11, and 13, NASA engineer, and she said everything's a blueprint. So I'm going to build a blueprint. Okay, if I can't find one, I'll build it. So who do you trust? Who do you trust? Okay? You're going to ask people opinions. I think for me, I trust God and me first. God and me. Okay, that's it. Now, that was sold at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night for 32 years in Los Angeles. Long Beach Marriott, Orange County, Holiday Inn, and Ontario as well. 4 events, 32 years in a row. Per week. Okay, 5,000 a set. See, I wanted to write a book so you can not screw it up. Every month you have a book and you master the book and the CDs. Again and again and again. That's the way it was done. Take a picture, because you probably want a copy of that tonight. Okay, maybe you can get it on Amazon, or maybe the TikTok shop soon. Okay? Instead of 5,000, it's only $500 now. Okay? What do we do? Could you imagine? I want to change the world. This is my excitement. Okay? When I wrote Winning the Game of Business, I wanted to tell the whole world, I just created, look what I did. Let me show you, let me show you, let me show you. I can help you, you can help everybody, yeah. Nobody wanted to pay attention. Oh well. You see, here's my next book. one of my next books, and I got about 67 more to write too. This is for the people in high school and in college. All right, starting out right. I don't want them to screw up like you did. Everyone I talk to today has the up and down show. I'll call that silly and dumb. Here's the procedure, all right, to get your credit file started first, and I'll do it for every kid in high school, in college. I'll start their file for them for free. This is a free download book. It is to the whole world. Give it to everybody. Now, you're on social media, you're going to see, you need a secure credit card. No, you don't. That's called stupid. They'll say, get a capital one. No, it's an inquiry. If you allow me to set up the file for the kids in high school and college, no problem. I'll get them the first credit card for free. I'm doing it all for free. Simple. If they don't want me to do it, it's openskycard.com. Open Sky, Capital Bank. See, I want the world to know what they can do without bringing the pain home. And that's what the goal should always be. Since I didn't get a family, got born in a taxi, got used and abused as a kid, it pissed me off, and I wanted a family too. But you got one and I didn't in most cases. That kind of sucked. Well, what do? Okay, here's what you did. Just be honest with yourself. Your spouse, your partner of life, whatever you got, you're at home with the kitchen table with your friends and family. Honey, we're going to start a business. We're going to jack up our cards, drop our score, get stuck, can't get any more. We're going to hawk the house, and we're going to basically bring the pain over you and me. We're going to be stupid. Well, that's what you did. The dumbest thing people do all the time. You took bad credit, all right, and you drug it on for 6 years to 9 years. It's like ridiculous. Then the excuse is, well, I had an emergency, Ray. Excuse me. All cards fluctuate but two. You need a sticky behind every damn card. Sticky. When I wrote the rules, it's very simple. The $10,000 card is only worth $2,100. You went to dinner, oh, gonna go shopping, oh, goody for you. 30% yellow, 50 red, mayday, mayday, mayday. And you got stuck. Good people have crappy credit. Crap happens to good people all the time. See, all cards fluctuate, but these two don't. They don't what? So let's understand. These are my wife's cards, because there's always some ding-dong. Do you really have the cards? There's a jerk everywhere you go. It's called a turd in the bowl. So her cards are $100,000 paid over time limit, okay? So if I have $100,000, they're unlimited for $1 million. So I got an old bad day, week or year, whatever, an old crap. What card should I jack up? The one that hurts my family or the one that does not? Ooh, what do you think? See, I think what you've been doing is guessing. I think you basically did a lousy job. Sorry to say, but that's what I feel. I want you to stop bringing the pain on because I said so. And now everything I say, I want to give you the rules and tools to make sure you back it up because everything else is BS. Okay. So here, what do? S is 5 equals S is in 1040. See, someone should have told us that's part of the IRS. All you got to do is tell me this is here, and that's for my tax return. Wow, that's what I got to do. But again, no one told us. All right, it's a guessing game. See, if we keep you ignorant and stupid, you'll be doing stupid the rest of your life. And that's what they want. That's why there's only 1%ers. Because everyone else is fallen ducks and sheep. How about we look at the SSN as 1040? Right there. How about we look at the SS4? Let's go look at it. I told you to write down employer, entity, or you. Employer to you. See, this is the form they made universal for employer, entity, or you. Entity. Banks use corpse to corpse. So when they bankrupt locations, they BK, and they BK, they take the assets and write off on their taxes. And you, when you file bankruptcy, you bring the pain home and go, boo, because you shouldn't have did it in the first place. You might want to think about having a division of you, but it's up to you too. So what if you could listen, learn, and I could hold your hand and we could sing Kumbaya, or at least for 6 months to a year. I guarantee you after 1 year, you should have 10 escrows closed and $100,000 a month. Now, I'll guarantee it if you do what you're told. If you just drag your feet, that's your fault. So let's blame yourself, okay? Let's understand. 1987 with Ken Yarbrough, TRW security chief, blah, blah, blah. Thomas Raymond Woolridge, bicycle parts, El Segundo, California, part of my stomping grounds. They got an information business called what? TRW. That report's wrong. I set up a dashboard in 1987 when Ken Yarbrough and I wrote a book called File Segregation. I didn't like it. Here's how the dashboard works. Look, I can take a social security number or a tax ID and instantly set up the Hesperian Transient Equifax instant. What did you do? You guessed all your well. You did this and the cosign or this and that, blah, 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 blah. Or you got the Sears card or something. Silly stuff. Let's understand how to play. That was basically a corporate division process. All right, and I changed it in 85, 86. The NACB said I was the #1 consultant worldwide at one time. Hell, why not? All right, since I created the 25% rule anyway. 10 to 25%, 29% is green. All right. Oh, you went up $5. It's yellow now. You went up $100. It's in the red. It's on fire. You brought the pain home. Sorry. I think that's called stupid. All cards fluctuate but two. Write it down. If anything tonight, you'll learn pieces you're missing, and I want you to put them all together. Okay? All right, so it's very simple. Like Eric earlier today, the blueprint call wasn't enough for him, so I got to give him some more. Okay? No problem. If all cards fluctuate, okay? All cards but two. We have to understand the two cards that do not fluctuate are unlimited to up to $1 million. Unlimited. Okay? If we get a POT to the card, that's a pay to a time limit as well, up to 100,000. 100,000. Is that okay? So when I see this thing saying use your paycheck, no, stop. If you got to use a little bit of credit or money to actually rebuild your life, do that. Like I told several clients today, it takes credit to build credit to get past the struggle you created for yourself. You have to understand that. Foundation is key. If you want to maintain 750 the rest of your life, do what I tell you to do. I get you to do it for the rest of your life and never bring your score down ever again. So I don't understand why people have crappy credit in the first place. Why would they take 9 years and have that crap? Now, I don't believe in trade lines. I think that's crap. It's a fraud. I take live credit on a dashboard and I add you to my accounts. Is that okay? Now, I don't add, no, listen carefully. I add you, corporate divisions, to an account. No problem, live card. All right, we're building history. I add history to your dashboards as well. Now, when I ask for what? Additional cards, listen carefully. The additional cards are very simple, okay? I don't need a social or tax ID, it's optional. I have up to 5 months before I need that, up to 5 months. So if I take a card and they offer me 99 more cards, I don't want 99, I only want 9. Is that okay? If we could take a card that's worth 100,000 times 9 more, is that $1 million? Yeah, it is, isn't it? So if we could do this my way instead of your way, because I think your way sucks, we can actually accomplish the goal. Let's think. My son asked me about 3 weeks ago, Daddy, why did you have 21 cars? I was bored. I was 26 years old. I got $2.6 billion in structure. I'm bored. I think I'm going to die in a year anyway. So I was going to die. See, I believe when you get basically everything you want, you get what? Fat, ugly, and die. That was my fear, fat, ugly, and die. So I was bored, that's why. That Lamborghini right there, okay. That Lamborghini is an LP 640. All right, here's the key. Bum, 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 bum. But if I guaranteed that car, as me, as an SSN, I'd be stupid in a duck. What if I couldn't afford the payment? Oh, blankety blank. Cars and houses don't show on your credit file unless you screw them up. So that is a division of a corporation. Now let's watch what we get to do. See, what happens is this corporation here, okay, no matter what type you pick, it's okay. You're going to have a division. You're writing what I write, correct? Or are you just picking your nose? Isn't that gross? Okay. I hope you're not picking your nose. Nobody wants to see that. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I built 9 entities for my cat. Sam Reynolds, a cat with credit. I used to take him to the bottom etcher. I built $1 million for credit from a cat to prove my point, just as a stunt. Inc. magazine that year, and when they interviewed me, said, use plastic to finance your business. What if you took a division under the corporation and you named it after you, okay? And let's say we have a division for you. I have divisions that say Ray Reynolds and tax IDs, all right? And then I get to sign contracts. I don't sign it as SSN because that's against everything I believe in. Okay, what if the red owner of a car is a division? Since they sue the red owner, which is you, what if we had it as a division versus you? Because you're allowed to. I know on social media, you see these ding-dongs. You can only write out so much of the core, blah, 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 blah. Stop the crap. These people should shut up. You don't give a damn about the write-off. What you care about is the liability. The registered owner being you, you're a duck and a sheep. The corporation will absorb the car anyway. You're going to drive a company car. If the corporation owns a company car anyway, who gives a damn about the write-off? Because you're going to be an S-corp anyway. This allows you and the corporation to file a tax return together. That's why it's called single filing. I signed a lease. There's a building. Did I sign the lease as an SSN being stupid, or did I sign an SSN for the SS4? I signed SS4. Wow. So the SS4 of Ray Reynolds signed the lease, so I can always get rid of it if I have a problem. Banks, grocers, and cities do it all the time. So if we plan the problem, I bet you we can protect our ass. Eds, what do you think? But that's going to be up to you. All right, how about the house? Got a client. Now, this is for Tommy, this is for Timmy, and this is also for two other people that said, why would I get a C corporation, right? Because I said so. You got to learn to listen, okay? Here's your LLC. Oh, goody. What do? I got an LLC. I got 3 houses. If one sues, all right, and screws everything up, I lose it all. I'm getting older, slower. I'm not as pretty as I used to be. Damn, that sucks. See, you plan yourself to fail. So, here's a kit. This is the minutes and bylaws, okay? The LLC, limited liability company, is actually a corporation as well. You have the memberships in this kit. It says certificate of ownership. So, what? See, and you're the managing member. 3 questions in a deposition. I got you. I got you. Goody. That's called stupid, by the way. Okay? So why would I want a C Corp? Because I can screw it up and throw it away. If I screw it up, I throw it away. See, what you got to realize is your LLC, if that's what you have, that's fine. We'll keep what you got. The LLC right here, the LLP, C Corp, become S. S, yes! That's called single filing. Because you can write off almost everything you want anyway. So again, it doesn't matter what you got. It matters where you're going. The properties. Now understand, let's watch. All right, you're an expert in real estate. Wow, you're an expert. Tell me a homestead blocker, please. Tell me a UCC and chattel mortgage. Tell me the assignment of mortgage, the form I created in 1989. All my forms are out there. They used to be in all the stationery stores. You want to play yet? We'll play my way. Your way sucks. You got houses. Did you know a division that gives you the line of defense? So if I have a what? 9 houses, that means I have 9 tenants, I have 9 loans. Okay, that means I have 18 entities. So write down 18. So if I take that $100,000 credit card right here, there's 2 of them, times 9 more, what do I get to do? So I can take $100,000 card, just one card alone, times 9 and make it $1 million. Would that be okay? If we build a foundation, now understand, this is a management company, so write down management. You don't care what kind you have, as long as it's a corporation. So what do? If your corporation is named after you, that's called stupid, because they know who to sue. If it names what it does, that's all it can do is what it does, that's stupid, number 2. And if it actually does business, that's stupid, number 3. I call it stupid. Maybe it'll wake you up a little bit tonight. Corporation sued, you're screwed up. I don't want to lose my family. I don't want to bring the pain home. That's all you've done all your life. All right? You bring the pain home all the time. It's called silly and dumb. Sorry. You should never bring the pain home. How you receive money. Listen carefully. If I'm an SSN, tax, probate when I'm dead, time of death at the hospital, that's for the government, city and state. Time of birth, same thing. They get to get us coming and going. SS4, no taxes due to unprofitable. What? No taxes due to unprofitable. Debt offsets taxes. Ooh, no wonder we create manageable debt. Now the next thing we get to play. In 1989, okay, I created what's called daisy chaining of credit. The daisy chain. What does that mean? I get 2 of these and I get 99 more. Simple. See, every division has its own credit files. And if we do it correctly, I don't need tax ID yet. We could daisy chain 100,000 to 9 more cards. And we could have fun. So once you get your setup done, why don't you finance the American dream and understand how to play the game and win like I do? Okay. The goal back then was to repackage America and incorporating you. And only America I gave to Don King. See, I'm also known as the incorporator for rich and famous people. Dodgers, Lakers, Clippers, and Angels, and even 3 presidents so far of the United States of America Incorporated. Did you know the United States of America Incorporated got 50 corps? and that's states, and then cities and corporations too. Did you know they invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy? That's right, for cities. They get their bankrupt right in front of you and you didn't pay attention and wipe out the debt and stay in business. Why didn't you tear it apart like I do? I understand. Why didn't you understand how it works? I studied Kennedy's, Firestones, Hilton's, Getty's, Ford's. You see, I didn't like to live in hell. I didn't like when Mrs. Hope dropped me off. We run down to Beach Pier. When I was 3 years old and wrote down the window and said, if you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'll leave you there to die. Her eyes went red. She was a she-devil from hell. That's the devil's wife. I ran over to the pier. I was cold. Went by the hot dog stand to stay warm. I was hungry. I ate out of a trash can. You know what it's like to eat out of a trash can and have total recall? If I close my eyes, I can smell that trash can to this friggin' day. I want to forget it. But I use that past to piss me off and motivate the hell out of me. See, your past can motivate you because you don't want to go back. Is that correct? Now, I stole off the pier. And I got caught the third day. He grabs my hand. I thought he was going to throw me overboard. Through the sharks. I'm only 3 years old, by the way. Okay, all he can say is, boy, that's what he said 3 times. Take out the trash or I'll call the police. Which one did I pick? What do you think? I'm a good listener. Redondo Beach Pier, you see Marina del Rey, Torrance Racks, Palos Verdes, and Rat Beach, and Palos Verdes. They got money. How'd they get their damn money? Your problem is you hear all this social media. Well, Colonel Sanders did this and that. Stop. Get the real history behind all the crap. I still hear this day to ding-dongs. Well, Warren Buffett only has 1 house. He got 64 houses. What the hell are you talking about? He drives the same Volkswagen, the what, the bus, the this and that, the station wagon. He's driven up by a limousine. I hate stupid. So if we play the game the right way, let's play my way. Why? Because I think your way sucks. We're going to play my way. Auto income. Let's see this. Come on. Auto income. Write it down. Stop trying to be rich. Rich people aren't rich. The corporations are rich. I believe next year, these people go, I'm rich. How rich are you? A lot of them get indicted again. Why? They keep putting themselves as first person. I'm rich. I'm not rich. I've never been rich. Hell, I work for corporations that are doing it my time and write off all the taxes. I'm a puppet master. So rich people aren't rich. Their corporations are rich. So do yourself a favor. Focus on income. Focus on income. If we focus on income, that's how you live your life anyway, right? We got $100,000 a month. Is that okay? How will we do it 10 times? I got to the point in 2006, 7, 8, 9, $1 million a day. Isn't that fun? It's just kind of fun. We've got to play the game and win. Focus on income, please. Let's focus on this. 1 card, 9 more. Well, Yogi. Would that be easy? I mean, I understand. If you got the foundation, if you do what you're told to do, you get the American dream. If you screw up a division, accidentally, never on purpose, what do? Oh, well, we're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and get rid of that bad piece. We're allowed to. The banks can, you can, everyone else can. Why not me? See, you never learned how to play the game to win. You didn't play the game, you just want to lose. That sucks. So my way, let's look at chapter 18. Come on, it's right there. The Supreme Court, now I'm not here to be safe and attorney, but again, what is this? Public record, you find it as well too. Corporation's a legal person, it's right there. I heard this in the corner. I'm sitting there writing notes at the poker game that Mrs. Hope had every Wednesday night. She-devil from hell. All these rich and famous people going blah, 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 blah. They said a corporation's a legal person. Okay. I'm 7.5 years old. Nobody's going to answer my question. I had a beard at 12. Taught myself how to read anyway. Okay. What did I do? Torrance Police Department. The next day, rode my bicycle. Next door was a library. Man, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude too. Damn. There's some rude people. I asked a basic question. Is a corporation a legal person or not? I'm only 7. Maybe she thought I was joking. 5 minutes later, here's a mock face. Here's a book. I read the book. You know what the problem was? Joanne told me everything was our blueprint. I read the book looking for my blueprint. I was on a mission. I want to find the blueprint. It didn't exist. What am I going to do? Went to the library almost every damn day for 2.5 years. Reading everything I could. I created my own blueprint. That's why it's called the Blueprint of Success and own the rights to it, Tony Robbins. So knock it off. I might have to sue you again. May sue or be sued. Damn, it says right there. So you're so good. Oh, goody. You got a corporation online. Oh, goody. Your corp's there. Your officer's list. You're in the bank account. Who's the duck and sheep? Meh. Quack, quack, quack. You. They sue the corp. They sue you. If somebody tells you that's not true, that's a bunch of BS. Now look at the bottom here. Business Professional Code 17983. It says not required to file. 9.5 years old, they knew that was wrong. My corporation cost me $10. That same corporation years later now, it's $30. You paid thousands, you didn't do a dilly squat because you hired an attorney who's practicing law, haven't got it right yet, okay, no problem. Now my first corporation is Helping Hand Industries. Look it up online. You'll find out a 9.5-year-old kid did it. It was me. I got named in the movie, Dave. Isn't that fun? And then I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. Could you imagine we got all this stuff in the mail? In the 70s and 80s, no one had to apply for credit. It came in the mail. Corporations, what, everything you have for you. That's all we had to do. It came in the mail. I remember the one from Crocker Bank. Wow. So what do we get to do? Well, I started 2 businesses under Helping Hand Industries. One was Teach Our Children. Okay, became the DARE program, by the way. Nancy Reagan turned that into DARE. Just say no, no problem. Then I did the Orange County Blind Center. But I got in trouble for that too. See, life is a journey. You get in trouble as you learn to listen, and everyone wants to put you down anyway. I use the word Braille. It belonged to a Braille institution. I got named in a lawsuit. That kind of sucked. Never bring the pain home. Here's your lie. Here's your lie from everybody says a corporation's a legal person. Let's get an LLC and go peekaboo, woo, peekaboo. They sue the LLC. You're their general partner. You got all the certificates in your book. You're a duck and a sheep, 9/10 of lost possession. There you go. Now look, you signed the car. You signed the lease of the building. You signed for the credit card. So if that corporation bankrupts like you hear on the social media, you can bankrupt and get another one, peekaboo. I think that's fraud. Probably RICO, racketeering, water fraud. What do you think? Oh, well, what do I know? The car, the building, the credit card, you signed the paper. So if the corporation went bankrupt, they're going to come get you. They're going to get you. Uh-huh. Yeah, going to get you. Uh-huh. That's what they're going to do. Isn't that terrible? If you had a division of you, you could actually guarantee all the things you're trying to do today. Because a division of you is a legal person too. Isn't that fun? Public record would tell you the truth. It might even set you free. Why don't we repackage your life my way? Hey, you're 45 to 75 years old, most of you, or 35 to 45, whatever it is, and you have not done what you wanted to do, period, and you're playing the up and down show on your credit. It sucks. Sorry, it's just the truth. I think you're disappointed. I think you had a friend or family member rip you off. I think you're afraid to do anything. Go boo! Why don't you invest in yourself? Okay? Why don't you build it up and away? Today, your assignment, if you have a corporation, this is an assignment, I need you to do this. Write down SOS dot, like in California, be ca.gov. I want you to inspect yourself. I need you to. I need to rebuild you the right way because you're all built wrong. Sorry to say, but I think it's true. When you find out you use your home address 47% of you, that's called stupid. You're not stupid, but you did stupid. Sorry. That's what you did. So what do? Let's build a line of defense. If we have a management company, manage any type of business, like the banks and grocers and cities do, we can bankrupt a piece and keep the other pieces. Why would you let the corporation be a duck and a sheep? I mean, that's stupid. I invented division process in 1985, 86. You're not paying attention, are you? Well, you can play my way for a while. What do you got to lose? Now, let's break it down for 3 people that even told Chris, why would I want a C corporation? Because I said so. Okay, said so. C Corp, supplying cash credit. If screwed up, walk away. Bye. There you go. C does not become S until you make money. You take the stock and you suspend the damn stuff. You're allowed to. Till further notice. Wow. Then what do? The C's making money now. We're going to make it an S Corp to single file, 1244. We're going to do what the IRS allows us to do. Wouldn't it be kind of fun? I like that. But if the S Corp does business, they sue you. If the corporation S Corp manages entities, the entities are the ducks and the sheep, not you. Should we not protect the corp and the family? What do you think? We get to play the game to win. What a concept. Here you go. Another form that will allow you to elect to an S corporation. S corporation. And remember, you got an LLC, it'll be S2. LLP, S2. We start to make money. That's how it works. So C to S, corporation. I like that. Now I want you to go irs.gov, write it down. See, I want to prove everything I say is true and you can validate me. I'm the most verified person on planet Earth if you pay attention. But it's up to you. I've been doing this for 49 years and free for people 6 days a week, online or in person. You can play if you want to. irs.gov 1244. So the SS5 and SSN and SS4 can file one tax return jointly. Ooh, and almost outside all the tax. That'd be kind of fun. Now, if you got a corporation today, whatever kind it is, dissect it in pieces. Then division process, okay? That's how we play the game. I got an LLC, right? Oh, goody, peekaboo. I don't have a corporation. We hear that 10 times a day. The LLC is a limited liability company. It is a type of corporation, by the way, if you don't know that. What do we get to do? By the way, there's a certificate. You're the managing member. It's in your possession. Wow, goody for you. Managing member, certificate of ownership. When they sue it, they sue you. Quack, quack, bah. You're still a sheep and a duck. If you have divisions of the LLC, the divisions of the ducks or sheeps. Still a management company. So I don't care what you pick. I don't care you have division process. Solution for problem. Got it? It's called a line of defense. Because you're going to have an old blankety blank day no matter what you do. There's always some jerk trying to cut you down or put you down. It's just the way it works. Not everybody likes me. Hell, nobody likes you. That's how it works. It sucks. What are we going to do? We're going to package your life my way. Or a nonprofit. Can you imagine? A nonprofit corporation has the right to provide jobs and get grant money up to millions and billions of dollars. Now that's income, by the way. We're not going to get rich because that makes no sense. If we take a nonprofit corporation, winning the game of business, my first corporate is nonprofit. We're going to get some Trump money. Trump money. Do you know he's giving away $100 billion next year from nonprofit? If you file it this year, you can get the money next year because you qualify, because you got the exemption this year, the year before you asked for the Trump money. Will that be okay if you provide things as well? Now, one of my clients, his name is Tony. What does Tony do? Tony got an LLC and 3 houses. Oh, goody. And then what did he got? I said, you're going to make $600 a month if you're lucky. That sucks. He spent $50,000 to fix them up to get $600 a month. That's just, and then you're wanting the tenant to pay on the first and the bank to charge on the 5th. And the leftover money goes into the savings, but he's living on the leftover, so there's no leftover. So when they don't pay, you just screwed up everything you're trying to do. What do we do? It's simple. I had his wife set up a nonprofit corporation, nonprofit, put it here, draw a line, and I have her house, she has 18 divisions as well. Isn't that fun? I had him donate 1 house first to the nonprofit. Do you know the nonprofit can help get waived the property tax? If they have a 501c3, you know churches don't pay property tax in most cases. So what happened is now he's getting $600. She got $112,000 per month as a grant money. They turned it into hospice. It cost him $12,000 more to get the doors right, okay? Would that be okay? Now he's transferring the properties in all 3. All 3. See, all we get to do is play the game to win. Do you want to win the game? See, instead of trying to get rich, we wanted income. $100,000 a month income to the nonprofit. Can they work in conjunction, profit and nonprofit, and do it again and again? Oh, yeah. Can you readjust your paycheck to be what your lifestyle is? Oh, yeah. So again, should we play my way or your way? They even have credit cards and no liability. We like that too. Oh, grant money from even Google. We get to play the game. Now, if you do a nonprofit corporation at the state level, you file it, but you don't have federal exemption of 501c3. Getting that exemption on the public out there, they want $15,000. Just like the attorneys I had disbarred, they went $5,000 for a corporation. They kept putting me down until I got them disbarred. Kind of sucks. So if we did homes for elderly, do you know Enterprise and Hertz Rent-A-Car will give you free vans and cars that go in electric? How will we donate it to full market value? Homes for elderly, hospice, house, transportation, and food delivery. They found out that this makes 4 times than a McDonald's does. It's not profit, it just creates jobs. So you got choices today. Pay tax, buy a Lamborghini, pay tax, have a spaceship, or pay tax, have a nonprofit. Pick one. What do we provide jobs? I like that. You know you got city, state, and federal grant money, right? Would you like some next year? All right, it's very simple. We can actually help people. What a concept. But it has to be filed the year before you want to get the grant money. It has to be filed now. We're running out of time. Kind of sucks. Now, nonprofit. I hold a class every 11 weeks. A nonprofit, I have classes all the time. And I'm online 6 days a week, usually 5 to 6 classes on Saturday, and a couple on Friday too. Would you like to join me? See, I'm going to help you for free in most cases. Now, you might have to pay for some products and services, but that's going to go to support this office, not me. That's a 501c3 public benefit. Wow, we could actually get that too. Now, I'm $25,000 a day, $3,000 an hour for the last 45 years. I never changed my rate. All right, no problem. I'm hired by big companies, Mattel, all right, like Disney, Toll Brothers. Okay, kind of fun. All right, it's simple. I was a consultant for IBM, Boeing, and IBM, all right, or Apple. That was fun. This company, I didn't know it was them at the time. I got hired to go to a meeting with all these attorneys, and they're in the room asking all these questions. How do you protect assets? And there is, they want everybody's opinion. And they asked me a question. How would you leave something to family, okay, literally, without having to pay tax? Well, it's simple. Just make, I don't know who we're talking about. Does he have a son or a daughter? He has a son. Okay. Make the son an officer of the corporation. So when daddy dies, son gets to take everything and no taxation at all. When you change the ownership of an asset, that's called stupid. Of course, we want to tie it to irrevocable trust too. My son will come here every Saturday, usually every Saturday, and say, I'm going to take over from daddy. He's the vice president. He's only 12. So I didn't realize it was his company. October 25th, 2020, he passed away. God rest his soul. But you know what? He was worth $26 trillion. Who's really the richest person on the planet? I don't know. You know what? They took a $100 billion art collection. All right, here they paid $10.8 billion in inheritance tax, and then the son lies and gets indicted. That's called stupid. Now, you want to build a legacy? See, I'm going to get you to basically build the future and teach you how to die at the same time. What's going to happen is your children, whoever you want for your irrevocable trust, I don't like probate, I don't like taxes. I want to pay as much tax as I have to. I don't want the asset to change hands. I want your empire to control it forever and just replace officers as you do that. There's no taxation. You see, I don't understand stupid. The Kennedys did this, the Gettys did it, the Trumps do it, why don't you? I don't understand stupid, do you? But that's just my opinion. Let's write down irrevocable trust right now and a UCC1. UCC1. Okay, Wednesday's closed, 300 stores in 2025 was offset taxes since they weren't performing. Now, if you get a Wednesday and the one that they position, all right, McDonald's did the same thing. This is a numbers game. So as we do this, Darius, it's very simple. If you get one that's got track record, okay, you do your homework, all right, you don't have that problem. Unfortunately, these are underperforming stores, underperforming. So if you position it right, you're going to pick one that's going to perform. But again, a Wendy's, the one you keep seeing, has been there forever. I understand that. No problem. How about the McDonald's? How about the Jack in the Box? But again, what do? We never do the same business all the time. Understand? This is what Darius learns from us all the time. What am I going to do? House, all right, fourplex, apartment complex, a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box, all the pieces. Every division gives us the ability to do what's called what? Multiple functions. Okay, let's say you own one of those Wendy's. Okay, it's a division and it went out of business. You write off on your taxes because your other divisions are working. You see, you got to realize, not every business is going to work. So if we have 9 companies and one screws up, is it okay we have 8 more and go set up another one and another one? But again, what do you get to do? That loss of a Wendy's is a write-off like the banks do for branch numbers. So even bad is actually kind of good, but it's up to you. It's all perception. So irrevocable trust, UCC1, okay? UCC1. But let's take my list, what my favorite ones are anyway. Okay, UCC1. That is the entitlement of ownership. So go to your house today, in the house, in the office, take pictures. Pictures, beep, 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 beep. What I want you to do is understand something. You have to protect your assets and tie them up to a UCC1, entitlement of ownership. If you connect it to the irrevocable trust, and we play this game, we get to win. And what happens with the assets? They stay in place. My son just takes over the organization, no problem. What do? We have to do a lot of things to tie in pieces. We're trying to protect our assets, but there's 1,000 steps to do. 1,000 steps. We have to understand the irrevocable trust. Got it so far? It's not easy. We're going to plan to live and die at the same time. So, you have 10 creditors that are worth a damn. Only 10. There's only 10. I think the rest suck. I'm going to affiliate 119 creditors. And I'll tell you, I think all of them are lousy but 10. That's it. If we get the 10 that I want there, you personally will have 100,000 of personal credit. 100,000. You will use 29% utilization. You have 71,000 of safety in case you lose your job, have an emergency. You'll have these cards too to jack up so you don't drop your score ever again. Corporation is going to have $1 million of credit per entity. If I have 9 divisions, that's $9 million, $10 million of credit. But again, that's the goal. Every division has its own credit file, its own file. So we play the game to win. So let's understand what we get to do. Now, like I tell people, you got to work your tail off. I have no magic wand. Mine's bent and broken because it doesn't work. I'll borrow yours. But again, if I have 9 locations, like I said earlier before Darius asked the question, what if one screws up? What if one of the branch numbers, the stores, the grocery stores, the banks? All right, that's why you need 9 divisions. If you got one LLC and you own a Wendy's restaurants and they went out of business, bye-bye. You're older, slower, you're not as pretty as you used to be. What if we plan the problem? What if you listen and understand exactly every entity you do? All right, they're all going to work, but again, some can get screwed up. Hey, I had a shaky piece that caught on fire. Did I plan it? No. Did I bankrupt the division? Hell yes. Did I save my other pieces? Yeah. That's how it works. If I have 9 locations, all right, and 9 lines of credit, that means it's 18. 18 makes 36. So you're going to have to decide what your goal in the future is, okay? For instance, an apartment complex is my favorite. Okay, that's my favorite. Again, storage units is my favorite. Okay, Wendy's is fast food because I like it, because no problem, and 99% of them stay in business. Out of that 300, how many stayed in business? How many hundreds of thousands of locations? Again, one's going to screw up. Live with it. Corporation, division, subdivisions. This helped me build $16 million of credit. Did they all go good? No. Can some screw up? Oh, yeah. So if we break it down in subdivisions, we can play the game. That's in my book 40 years ago, by the way. Okay. Now, I have a problem in 1988. 88, I have a problem. All right? It's all, what's going on? It's crap. I got $53 million of credit cards. They're shrinking my limits as they're panicking me. I'm getting, what do I do? What do I do? So they're shrinking my limits because I'm not using all the credit that I built and came in the mail. So I basically went back to the library. I found C-191D says what? I can loan that money privately. So I wrote another book. I took and wrote a book called Buckets of Money. I created 3 matrix. First matrix is 4.6 million, and that's 190,000 a month. 100,000, 190,000 a month. Since I had a problem with tenants like most people do, I created something called Homestead Blocker, UCC and Chattel Mortgage, the assignment of mortgage, by the way. So I created these forms in the late 89, 90s. What did I get to do? 190,000 a month. And the notes behind that were $1.1 billion. Is that okay? We get to play the game and win. Credit became a tool, and I built my credit up and away again. 1989. Okay, we play the game. So if you allow me to get you 2 of these, like I did Darius so far, he's got his 1, there's the other one coming as well. And we use this as safety, but his are corporations. All right, personally, we want this for safety. Why? Because we don't want to bring the pain home. That's important to me. If we wanted daisy chain, which I created in 1989, watch what happens. 1 card, I get 9 sister cards. I don't need tax ID yet. Okay, after I get the cards, when I get ready for separate billing, then I'm going to ask for what? Separate tax ID. It has its own credit files. That's the goal. That ends up being $1 million of credit. Do you understand? If I had the 99 cards that they offer, that could be $100 million. I think that's crazy. I don't think you ever need 99 cards, no matter what, but it's up to you. If we did a pack of 10, for instance, I give people a pack of 10 of these all the time. Would you like 10 cards? How many would you like? Okay? But what I did back in 2006, 7, 8, and 9, that became $1 million in 6 months. Be careful. You might build too much credit. And then you're going to, what do I do now? Well, credit's a tool to finance the American dream. So let's watch. I can take 1 card, turn it into 10. Okay? They even offer basic expense cards, even with my name on those too, division cards. So if I take one card into 9 more, do I have $100,000 to $1 million? Yes. I'm building the foundation. Okay, that's the goal. Up to $1 million of credit. Again, it's up to you. That's only one card. If we let me play with you in 2026, that would be the goal. Why? Because I think between you're 35 to 75 years old, you haven't done it right yet. You're trying to get there. What do we need to do? The bottom line is get there. Foundation's key. Foundation builds structure to build credit. All right, so understand that. If we want to reach your goal, it takes 38 steps. It has not changed. If we want to understand how to master something, we have to hear it 8 times and write it down. What are we looking to do? Win the game of business. Now, all I can do is tell you what I can do with you for you, okay? All right, now I did simple when I was 17 and a half. I had 19 houses, and that's owning corporate until I did the division process in 85, 86. I went to a payphone event. They're selling payphones. I went to ATMs as well and all kinds of stuff. So I went there and they said that the average payphone, $1,600, makes $300 a month, okay? I'll take 10 is what I said. I'm using my line of credit from Security Pacific Bank. I'll take 10, no problem. I financed them a line of credit and they make $300 a month and one of them will actually maintain the payment anyway. How many months would it take to get deposit cash flow before they paid themselves? $1,783 is $1 million of equipment per year. We can play that game too. So I went back to the events. Had a problem. There were people, about 20%, complaining. What would they complain about? It only made $280. This woman was just, just too much. Ma'am, I'll buy all your routes. I started collecting payphones. I wrote a book on payphones too, and laundromats, car wash, and all these pieces. And what did we do? I got 22,000 payphones at one time in a collection. And what do we get? 6.6 million a month. It's a numbers game. So if you focus enough, you can get to 10,000 a month, 5 to 10,000 a month, and then you can multiply it. Will one location go bad? Of course. That's why I already told you that. All right, not all locations going to work. Me, I accomplished my goals. Even hit my head that night. The light's only 13 feet. I kicked out the lights. It's not possible. I've done the impossible since I could be born in the damn taxi. I'm one of the few, not one of the many. Told myself that as a little boy. I like goodies. You like goodies? Every goodie should be a division so it separates liability. So if that one Wendy's goes out of business, maybe you got 10 more locations. Not everyone's going to make it. All right, maybe like the Shakey's got burnt down. You get some ding dong next door, caught it on fire. Plan the problem. Now, your corporation, profit or nonprofit, are going to need Dun & Bradstreet. That's supply and vendor credit, by the way. Okay, help me help you and other people. See, tonight, let's say I don't have the money. Stop. If you gave us referrals, we pay you 10%. If Billy from homeless, laying on the ground, you get to $1 million company in 9 months, you could do it too on referral base. You take a picture, you put your referrals in the system. When they pay anything, you make 10%. Zelle, check, or store credit. No more excuses. Now, since I was a little boy, they kept going, well, how you doing, little boy? Always good. That's my thing. That's my signature forever. Always good. No one steals my peace. Thank you, Jesus. That's what I tell myself every day. We got choices. If you like me, do a Google review. If you don't like me, just leave me alone, please. See, I'm trying to help people. There's always some turd trying to knock me down, put me down. There's one that actually I did the rapid rescore. I got him 3 cards. And then instead, what did they do? They crashed the rapid reply, screwed it all up, and got little cards. Then they came back, Ray. I said, you got to pay a new rapid rescore, and it's my fault they screwed up. See, a lot of people like to blame other people for their stupidity. So, unfortunately, there's not everyone who likes me likes you too. We play my way. All right. If you need an office address, a real one for your bank account, for your business, because they won't let mailbox, etc. be the account, if you need one, let me know. We actually lease 12 feet at a time. That's kind of fun, by the way. We get to play the game to win. All right, now here's the Reynolds University. Set it up 2001. For me, it's the first time I was proud of myself. I felt comfortable. I got 22,000 feet, Irvine Spectrum. I got locations in Utah, Arizona, and basically Texas as well. Got some of the number of infomercials in the world. Having fun helping people. Classroom hold 800 people. If you got past Betty, you see a building or office at B of A, Chase, ADP, and Franchise. They were in my own location doing bank accounts for people all the time. That was the way it worked. But God had a different plan. I get to die in a coma, and I get to go broke again and actually build it up again in front of the whole world. Kind of embarrassing. You might need a call with me. Okay. The office sells my 15-minute phone calls for $500. You can get hold of them today. If you did it during the webinar with me, you get a discount for $3.99 if you want me on the phone with you. Simple. All right, that's up to you as well. Now, we're going to look at what's called credit repair. I'm sorry, writing letters to lie doesn't make any sense. I was never late. No, it's not mine. Creditors will shut these things down all the time. Federal Trade Commission right there says credit repair is a fraud. Again, they indicted Daniel for the credit repair cloud, by the way, for $3 million, put him in prison. That's next, okay? So the Credit Repair Organization Act. So you have to rebuild your credit. They're supposed to have a bond for $100,000 plus and be a 501c3 exemption. They're not that. They have to educate you too. But again, it's up to you. I have all those things in plus. Let's do this. Let's take a picture. Why don't you take a picture of winning the credit game I wrote 40 years ago and updated all through the process, and everybody gets a free download. They're all using the books anyway. Letters of creditors and credit bureaus. There you go. It's free. Give it to everybody you know if you did it through the webinar tonight. Now, you got this guy on social media. Hey, I got a collection call. Let's see how we handle the call. It's his daughter pretending to be a collection agency. It's ridiculous. What you really need to know is get basically what's called debt crisis intervention. Copy, scan, and you need to copy the Fair Debt Collections Practices Act. The rules and tools. That's public record for everybody. From there, here's the library at Amazon, soon to be at TikTok Shop as well. Scan it, get some free downloads and some other books, and understand how to play the game to win. It's up to you. Now, I'm going to tell you Credit Karma, you're fired. There's no phone number to help you. You have no one to help you at all. And you've been indicted 6 times, and you don't have a Sperian. I need a Sperian because the banks pull a Sperian, by the way, if you don't know that. When it comes to Chase, all right, they need a Sperian to get you basically personal cards and business cards, and they don't fluctuate. They don't hurt you business cards at all, and they don't have interest up to 22 months. So tonight, I want you to get a hold of Analytical 750 and take a picture. Now, they're cheaper than in the Sperian.com because that's $34. They're going to charge you $25. That's right. They're going to analyze you first time for free, and they're going to call you every 46 days. They're going to keep you on track. Next thing, they're going to help you Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Trend, and Equifax business reports. That's the ultimate goal. So let's play my way for a little bit because you're going to spend the $25 a month as they tell you what to do next. I don't want you to have to think and kind of guess at it, what you've been doing so far for most of you. We get to play. I want to play. So sign up for Analytical right away, please. I endorse them all the time. Now, what's a corporation? It's right there. It's right there. It's a legal person. May sue or be sued. Not required to file fictitious business name. I didn't like that. That bothered me. Your corporation's allowed 4 things, in my opinion. Do whatever you want. This is raise rules only. It's whatever you want to do. Buffer tax. No taxes due to you profitable. Corporate credits are right after the interest rate. Cars, fleet price. Hotel gives you the free buffet. Okay. Divisions give you 7 things to do. Write them down so you memorize these. All right, line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, and each division has a separate credit report, Experian, Charge, and Equifax. And if you have a per division on house, see, it's like the Wendy's or anything else that Darius brings up. Something's going to go wrong. That's part of the problem. What do? You get rid of the bad ones, you keep the good ones. That's how it works. It's a numbers game. But if it's all in an LLC, you lose it all. So let's do this division process. Build your line of defense to never bring the pain home. Is that okay if we learn that today from me? If we take the corporate credit, if we take the credit, and we buy the lifetime income, that should be a 4-plex. Okay, that would be an apartment complex. That could be that Wendy's or a Jack in the Box. Okay, very simple. The Jack in the Box I bought at 19 is still there in Fairview. All right, having fun. It has went out of business. But again, doesn't mean it's not going to. But again, what do we get to do? If we buy the lifetime income, it offsets the taxes and the debt, and we have income the rest of our lives. So if we focus on income, we can probably accomplish the American dream and quit trying to be rich. Do you want to be a millionaire? It's simple. It's a simple question. Do you want to be a millionaire? I would tell you, please say no, 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 no. Because the ultimate goal is being a millionaire. Please, no, 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 no. Why? See, if you're rich, they can go after you. That's no fun. How about we get a rich corporation? We have 9 divisions for 9 lines of credit and 9 locations. If one screws up, we got 8 more to go, get another one, another one. You also have the taxes anyway, all right? And that's what you get to do, like rich and famous people do every day. So we get to play the game to win. All right. The goal is to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. Does that make sense? If we repackage you every step of the way, that would be the goal. All right. Let's pretend we're going to build a legacy, okay? Corporation divisions, okay? What are we going to do? This corporation is going to be tied into nonprofit here. Eventually, you're going to have in Nevada, you're going to have an LLC, okay? That's going to be your parent company in the future when you get to profit zone. From there, you're going to tie it into irrevocable trust. And who's going to take over when we die? Simple. We have to plan that too, by the way. So again, we can actually build the division process. Now, each division is set up by history. Understand? If I add 2,000 of history on my dashboard, that allows me to set up the Experian, Treasury, and Equifax reports right away. It's right there. So now, I don't need tax ID for divisions yet. When I want separate cards, I ask for a daisy chain in the card. If I want separate cards, then I will need a separate tax ID. But I don't want to do that for a couple months. I want to build the score. So it's very simple tonight. Let's understand. The office will say a division is about $1,000. They're going to set up the Experian, Treasury, and Equifax, tax ID when we need a separate billing, and their reports are there ready to go. You want them set up this year, so next year they're on the second year, by the way. So if we wanted 3, 9, and 12, there you go. They position it so you get 3, 9, or 12 with or without credit, based on what your budget is once you invest anyway. It's up to you. Now tonight, during the webinar, I always offer certain things that I change them all the time on purpose. I'm going to double those numbers at no extra cost. 3 will be 6, 9 will be 18, and 12 will be 24. That's going to be up to you if you did it tonight. I'm going to say take a picture now, and I'm going to say Zell, 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 now, 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 always good. I've been saying that for years and years. So what do we have to do? Take your picture. All right, what do we do? If you do something tonight by Zell, you put your phone number inside the message of Zell. That gets you a free phone call with me. Because if the phone number is there, then I get to call you right away. We get to schedule that too. No phone number, can't call you. Again, it's up to you if you use Zelle. If you want to use a card, you call the office at 800-254-9506. They will charge you a 5% fee for that too, because that's what the bank charges us. It's very simple. Now, let's say you want me to build you $25,000 in credit. After I analyze you, put it in position, I'm going to build your credit up and away, personal. All right, hopefully some business credit as well. It's going to be up to you. Now, we're going to charge about 10%, $2,500. If it was done tonight, you save about $500. Understand, if it's done during my webinar, during the webinar, that means now, Zelle or even card, I'm going to double the credit to $50,000 for the same price of $19.99. If you Zelle, you save another 10% on that. I'm going to get to motivate you. That's what you need to do. Up to you. If you want $50,000 of credit, no problem. Usually that's about $5,000. Okay, they had a discount earlier today. I'm going to beat the discount. It's $3,000 for the $50,000. You save $19.99, $2,000. If you Zelle, 10% off that, but I'm going to double that to $100,000 tonight, if it's done tonight. If you want $100,000 of personal and business, that's $200,000. That'd be $20,000. Tonight, it's $5,000 for $200,000 of credit, $100,000 you and the corporation. And that's going to be up to you. You can Zelle, or you can use a card and then Zelle now, and call the office right away at 800-254-9506. Again, your specialist want to be assigned to you anyway and help you get through this process, and we're not going to let you down. And the ultimate goal is going to help you. The only thing we get clients saying, you email me, you call me too much. That's kind of a good thing, I think. I pretend, and I think you have a problem. I don't think you get up early enough. Sorry, I'm up at 2:25 every day. Thank you, Jesus, for another day. I'm here by 3 o'clock usually. So I'd like you to get up an hour earlier tomorrow. Is that okay? An hour earlier? I think you need to find your me time. Your me time is pretty simple, me time. So what do we have to do? Let's pretend you're going to do everything I tell you to do for the next 12 months. God willing, I wish you would. It'd be great. What do we have to do? I'm going to train you and set you up as a puppet master. I'm going to have you get up to $100,000 a month income. But we got to position you. Now, I had a client that took 36 months to do this. But then he was frustrated. He said, "It's not happening fast enough. If you quit jacking up your cars up and down like a yo-yo, we'd be there faster." Again, you have to be part of the program. You have to do what you're asked to do, and that's the ultimate goal. Let's think. We were controlling up to $2.2 billion in real estate one time. All right, every time I drove a black car, I had a black suit, the watch should always match. The watch should always match the clothes. The yellow car, yellow house, whatever, simple, and Lamborghini. Now, that represented the buildings and the goodies about 1,013 divisions. I don't know who's going to fall and sue me and screw me up. Not every division ever worked. I had to get rid of the Dodger player who was in one of my properties, and being a turd, wouldn't pay on time. So again, division process gives us a line of defense. If you take a picture of this right now, these are some of my favorite things to do. Apartment complex, Wendy's, dry cleaners, laundromats, from here, car wash, EV charging station, gas station as well with the store. So again, these are the things to look at. We position our clients to give them opportunity. And Wendy's is one of my last things to do, but I like it anyway because it makes money. So every one of these pieces, if you have $3 million, you could be a partner in this, 9 of you. That gives you $7,900 a month. Is that okay? But again, what do? Since now one person has that $100,000 to $1 million to go as a down payment, what do? We line it up. We teach people to get into an escrow to get a deed of trust. And that's what happens with every one of you. We play the game to win. Would you like to own part of a car wash? You're not going to work there. They don't work there. The owner's never there. You go to the Wendy's. Are they in the Wendy's? No, they're not there. It's a management company. Would you like to own 25% of that? What would you do? You take a division, line of credit, you actually put it into an escrow, you own a deed of trust. That's what you get to do. You become an owner forever, and it gets basically part of your estate. But again, I want to make sure it doesn't change hands anyway. But it's up to you how you want to play. Would you like another one? All right, would you like a Burger King? Okay. All right, again, what do? How about ugly storage units? There's ugly too. We get to play the game. So the goal is, if we do things correctly tonight, all right, it's like anything else. We're running out of time. Right now, our problem is we're losing this year. It's almost over. A corporation or division has to be filed now. If we look at this correctly, we have 7 things to think about. Let's look at your cards and let's push your scores up. Let's give you bigger limits. Pay it down or bring it up. Now, credit reports, we need to analyze them. On the report, there's actually a graph in every credit report. That's the heartbeat of your credit. If we look at what we've done in 90 days, we can push somebody up about 200 points here. Okay? Here's 155 points from 479 to 700 score. Again, 163, all right, up and away. All right, 122 points. In other words, if you rebuild the right way, you can solve the problems and get a better score so you can get some more. But again, it's positioning. 100,000 of credit, always, always. Sticky behind every card. You don't go past 29% in any card unless it's an American Express Gold or Platinum. All right, corporation with 18 divisions. I already told you that. What do we get to do now? Let's quit wasting the money we kind of waste every other day, about 50 bucks. About 700 bucks a month. If we get $100,000 credit on these, would you like 9 more cards? Again, it's going to be up to you. Okay? I believe every division should have its own line of defense, because not all of them are going to work. What do we get to do? We get to play. My first storage unit is still sitting there. I'm partnered with my ex-father-in-law. My cut was $17,350 a month, so was his. 2 corps sharing a piece and own a deed of trust. What do? A corporation absorbs the money, debt offsets taxes, and we pay tax what's left over. There's no leftover because we're growing the business. The reason Warren Buffett or Elon Musk and Bezos, all these people keep growing their business, if they stop, they'd have to pay tax. So understand, you got to follow the bouncing ball. Here's Linda. Linda started basically in 1986 with $2,000 on a card. Cost her 26 bucks a month. I repackaged her. All right, got her a Blueprint loan. She took the Hyatt Hotel in Texas. She converted it to the Blueprint Apartments, named it after me. All right, and what do we get to do? Have some fun. Linda will tell you flat out that I've made her a millionaire 5 times plus. So again, you could finance the dream in the foundation. That's what she's done in the last year since 1986. But again, it's a choice. Take your picture, scan it. You'll hear her tell exactly how to train her and her CPAs and attorneys how to do it right. So what did she do? She turned it into a $27 million project, profit and nonprofit. It's the Blueprint Apartments now. Okay, that's the ultimate goal. Will she have a lousy tenant? Of course she will. It's a numbers game. Okay, it's very simple. We have to plan the problem. If you allow me to create a list for you, that's a daily, weekly project list, I'm going to tell you what's next. And if you follow the list, you get to follow through and make sure to win. But again, we're going to be prepared for the problem. I want you to focus on boring and steady. Okay? I have to blueprint you. What does this mean? I believe if you and I are on the phone up to an hour, I can interview you, do a blueprint. This means past, present, and future, good, bad, and ugly. And I'm going to ask you certain questions to line it up. Do you have a tax problem? You have a bankruptcy, did you seal it? Did you ever screw American Express or Chase? I got to get you to understand the division process and the 29% rule and what cards don't fluctuate. Do you have a family? Corporation? Okay, what type? Do you have 18 divisions? We're going to plan to live and die, so we need an irrevocable trust. Car will be division. All right, house will be bought through a trust from now on. We were going to look at auto income and cash flow fee per time. That was in my book, 1976, by the way. A blueprint call is usually about $5,000, what I usually charge. The office sells for $2,000, no problem. From there, if you did it during a webinar, I give it for half price for $9.99. You're stuck with me, but I want your partner of life on the phone too, if you have one of those. I want everybody on the same page. That's important to me. All right, if you Zelle, that's 10% discount, but if you actually partner in an escrow with me, I do it for free, because that's how we get to win the game. Now, 1984, like I said before, I got a form in the mail. It scared me. See, not everything's going to go right. It's going to go wrong. Plan the problem. The form said I have to pay $800 to $1,000 per corporation. Well, I have a bunch of Shakey's, 31 flavors, Subway, shopping centers, satellite stores, our condos and everything all over the place, from Havasu to Big Bear to La Mirada to Yorba Linda to Huntington Harbor. I had to pay $1.2 million. That's a lot of money, up to $1.2 million. I went to Sacramento and asked the question, could I create an entity under the corporation that doesn't have to pay franchise tax fee? I was told create a form or modify one. Well, I remember chapter 18, it said, oh, I'm not required to, and I realized this form. You see, I could see it in my head. This form said husband and wife and partner. It was wrong. If you have a corporation, no matter what type it is today, and you allow me to do a division and file it with you or for you, you're going to be number 4A. One of my corps will be number 4. If we need 4 people in a project, everyone's going to put their money in an escrow. You own a deed of trust. You own a piece. See, I don't know why you didn't buy the Wendy's, the Jack in the Box, storage unit, laundromat, car wash, the business you've been watching since you were 5 years old. They're still there. But again, what do? The goal is to set up what? A line of defense. We're going to get you 25, 50, or 75%. Is that okay? That's the ultimate goal. But again, you're going to say, how do we get the deposit? Well, we can talk about checkbook money. We can talk about blueprint loans. They're not easy to get. They can be a pain in the asset. But again, well, I've even been known to front people in their escrow so I can get a percentage of it as well and get them paid back on the back end. So that's important too. There's always a way to play the game to win. Now, let's pretend you want $5,000 to $10,000 a month. I got to $1 million a day in 2006, 7, 8, 9, by the way. No problem. Maybe up to $1 million. Let's see what it is. What do? If we create income, and let's say it's a blueprint loan, or I'm going to call it checkbook money, all right? No problem. This is where you can write a check, put it in escrow. I never want that money ever. Look at those Ponzi things out there. No, thank you. You're writing a check to escrow. Escrow will clear title. You get a deed of trust. You own a piece forever. Okay, forever. That's good. If we went to laundromat, car wash, our dry cleaner, this is simple, $25,000 in that. That's up to $3,000 plus a month. Is that okay? We're putting 3 plus me. Would you like to be one of the 3? Next, if we turn around and put $50,000 in it, up to $5,600 a month, please 3 plus me again. I make sure I'm in every one of these. I want you to know I don't want to lose. I'm not just going to help guide you. I'm going to be in every one of these pieces, because that way you understand I'm going to guide you to make sure I don't lose any money. Now we got 6 people, $75,000 to $7,500. That's storage units in our apartment complex. Next, we look at this. All right, now once I bring up Wendy's here, it's just one of the ideas you can have, and I like them as well. $100,000. Now we have 9 people. We have what? We have these people plus me. Okay, up to $9,600 a month. If you take your picture there, that's what you should think about. If we got 3,000 a month, would you be better off today? 5,000, 10,000. So if we keep fighting through the pain to build it up and away, and you have a corporation with 9 divisions, could you create up to 100,000 a month? That takes you a year if you're willing to play with me for a year. But again, I call it a puppet master. I don't want you to ever be rich. I want your corporation to be rich, and I want you to be the puppet master. Remember, you're 4A. I'm 4. And other people will be B, C, and D, and E, and F. We have to. We're going to own a piece. The piece. I've been doing this since 1987, by the way. Now, let's say today, all right, you're on a budget. You just want to slowly, okay, that's fine. But again, let's focus on every 90 days, you and I on the phone for every 3 weeks. If I give you 100,000 in credit, we can go personal and business or both. Blueprint call. All right, 18 books and CDs, the foundation. I want you to learn these things. And the divisions, 18 of the divisions. Divisions usually $1,000. That's the 18 grand. I try to give them away as much as I can towards the end of the year. If you did this today, the office is $14,999, 15 grand. If it's done during a webinar with me, because I haven't had a paycheck for 40 years, I don't even have a personal bank account, I want one of those, it's $4,000 tonight. It can be Zelle, it can be also a card. Again, you call the office, it's going to be up to you. From here, if you're serious about the 12 months, I can only do 40 people at a time, 40 people. Because I do 3 calls a day and I broadcast every day, 6 days a week, by the way, all day Saturday and part of Friday as well. So what do? I would like you to let me give you 200,000 in credit. 100,000 are personal and 100,000 are business. Is that okay? That would be the ultimate goal. Now, I want a blueprint call. I want 12 months of you in every 3 weeks. I want to create the list. That normally is $27,000. It's not cheap. But again, you're stuck with me, and you get 200,000 in credit in all those pieces, which 200,000 credit usually by itself is $20,000. If that's done tonight is 10 grand. Do it with your partner of life, your partner of business. There you go. That's 10,000. You still get 200,000 in credit. If you had to put a deposit down, card or Zelle tonight, that's all right. You could do that too. You could put $2,500 down. If you want to make payments on that, that's okay, but you're only getting 100,000 in credit. If you put it in sale pay in a day or two, you still get the 200,000 in credit. But remember, you're stuck with me every 3 weeks, and that's the goal. There's your Zelle. There's basically a now, and always good. So what do? If you need help, you call the office at 800-254-9506. Use a card, they'll charge you 5% more because the bank charges that to us. Now, I help people in their own current business. I have doctors, lawyers, CPAs, whatever you want to do, rich and famous people. By the time we get them auto income, they tend to not want to do what they've actually been doing. I believe life kind of sucks us into providing a family and what income. But I don't think we're doing everything we want to do. If we get auto income to your current business or the one I can get you into, all right, I think you're going to want to do other things as well, but it's up to you. Now, the American Express is a pain in the ass set, okay? I use the Platinum card, and what did we get to do? I got on the phone with them twice today. American Express has a blueprint loan. I was told years ago from an employee there, they named it after me, don't know if it's true, but that's up to $250. So if we want a blueprint loan, you just log on to American Express after I get you the card. It'll say, would you like 99 cards? The next thing is if you got up to $100,000 or more, they want this, and this is how it's broken down into installment loans. You actually become the bank. What happens is they want to see 30 transactions monthly, and they want to see 100,000 in and out of the bank account. If you don't have that, I can show you that I do have it. I can connect the dots with you when we partner up. It's a different program if you need that as well. So what do? We can actually do verification process and make sure we get past go. So we have all the pieces you might be missing. That's the ultimate goal. I'll show them bank accounts, smaller ones that show about $500,000 a month, no problem. About 460, about 400,000. So we get past go, they can log in and check it out. And that's what they get to do. If you're going to get that blueprint loan, use that to get into an escrow. Buy something. I watch people get money and they kind of, piss it away. Why don't we invest into a piece? Again, that's what Carrie did, that's what Dana did, that's what Keith did, Mary, and so did David as well. But again, I say buy a franchise or a piece of something. Something I call boring and steady. So when it comes to the blueprint loan, I don't charge you the 10% until we close an escrow. Again, that's after we close the escrow, because I don't want to back you in a corner and pay a debt you can't afford to pay. But if I have to take your corporation under one of my corporations and tie it together, we're going to do that. Okay, I do charge a fee to do that. Normally it's about $5,000. I'm giving you the bank verification showing $500,000 a month. It's priceless, usually $5,000. If I build you a blueprint loan tonight, this way, it's a $4,000 fee. You can always do it later on for the $5,000, but again, this is an opportunity if you wanted to tonight. It's up to you as well. If you do fast track, I don't need your corp. I take one of my corporations. I use my corporation, and I usually use one of the CFOs to get it over here. I've been known to get 2 blueprint loans for people, and again, that's $500,000. Be careful, please. This has to be used for an escrow. Has to be an escrow, okay? Because that's where the money's for, as we play this game. If we did a fast track using my corps and my bank accounts, I charge $5,000 to do that. Again, I don't charge the 10% on the back end until we close an escrow. And I'm always going to say Zelle, now, or call the office right away. The goal is to give you the ability. Now, tonight you heard pieces you're missing and put it together. You might hear things, I don't need that, I don't need that. Okay, or what do you want to do? I've got to give you the opportunity to show you exactly how you can get there. And I can hold your hand every step of the way. Help me help other people as well as you. What does that mean? I call it make a friend, make a buck. Referrals get you free credit. You store credit to finance it. Billy was homeless, laying on the streets from military. His wife cheated on him when he was overseas. Build him up a way. He now has an outreach program worth $1 million. And all he did is referrals. Today, we have to look behind the curtain every time. It's not easy. I said you're going to work your tail off. We're going to get knocked down 1,000 times. We're going to get up 1,000 times more. But again, it's a choice. We stay safe. We stay strong. We do our best. We let Jesus do the rest. Amen to that too. Not easy. All I can tell you today, if you get into coaching and phone calls with me, I can rebuild you my way. And I'm not going to let you down. I've been doing this for 49 years. It's fun. Will you have a bad location? I think we already addressed that, didn't we? The banks do it. The grocery stores, even you. All right, 90% of you have crappy credit or little crappy cards because you brought the pain on. You don't have 3 divisions of you. See, you're the duck and the sheep. So if you brought the pain home, don't expect one of these not to go wrong, because it will. All right, that's life. Life is a struggle juggle. But I'll hold your hand every step of the way. If I was you right now, I'd be calling 800-254-9506. What I offered to you and the pricing tonight is good for the next 15 minutes. After that, normal price will go tomorrow morning. I hope and pray you step up and let me play, because I've been having fun helping people like you for 49 years. The ultimate goal. Keep in mind what we're going to do is we're going to play the game to win. And we're going to do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. Okay? God loves us all.